Okay, some more things that I wanted to point out to you. Since as you can see, I own several different MEC loaders. I load 10 gauge, 12 gauge, 2 3/4 inch, and 20 and 2 3/4 inch and 3 inch and 3.5 inch 12 gauge, and 2 3/4 inch and 3 inch 20 gauge, and 3 inch and 2.5 inch 410 bore. And so what I did is I went to a scrap yard and I bought a piece of steel, and as you can see the holes in there, I drilled them and tapped them to take the two different styles of MEC 600 Junior presses that I own. I own one 600 Junior, which is my 20 gauge press, and the rest of my presses are Mark 5s. You can buy a Mark 5 and you can change the dies out, but MECs are a booger to set up. They're just not too easy. But once they're there, they really make a fine shotgun shell. But getting them there can be tricky. The new bars is what the big hole here is what measures and throws your shot charge, and the little hole here. Well, actually, I lied to you. That's the way it used to be. The little hole on this bar is what takes and measures your shot. In this particular instance, if you look at the end of the bar, you see the 118. That means that it's the 302 means that it's a single stage bar, and it also means the 118 means that it throws 1 1/8 ounce of lead shot. Now, notice that I said lead shot because to load steel, you have to have a special steel bar like this one, which is black, and MEC did that so that you wouldn't get confused. You don't want to use steel with lead, and you don't want to use lead with steel. The components are different, and I haven't really gotten into loading too much steel yet. My biggest thing has been with lead. You can load shotgun shells without a scale, though I recommend you get one, and I've already gone through many years of doing it, but I don't have my scales down here with me. That's why I just know what it is. But if you go to your load data pamphlets, this happens to be an Alliant, and if you can see, this MEC powder bushing chart will tell you what number of powder bushing, which is this right here, to use with a certain type of shot, and you can, and the Alliant data will even tell you what shot they give. And I'm going to use a number 32 MEC bushing with red dot powder and number 6 shot, because I'm going to load my grandkids some squirrel shells, and again the 1 1/8 ounce bar. So what we need to do is we need to set our press here on the base and secure it down. And you may come up with a different way. MEC sells a way that you can just slide these in and cam lock them down, but then I'm too cheap to do that, so I just come up with this. I think I went to the scrap yard and I think it was $10 for the piece of steel, and I just kind of cleaned it up and drilled and tapped these 1/4 holes in it to accommodate all my MEC presses, and then I bolted this plate down to my table. And as I want to use a different loader, I just replaced the loaders out. Pull these 4 bolts and change my loader. And again, we have our shot and powder metering bar, and here's its fastening hole, and that will take our safety mechanism and our lock part for it, and it will bolt on there. So let's go ahead and slide that into our press. It goes in, the nut coming forward, it goes into our press just like so, and I get this out of the way. As you can see, it goes in there like so, Your handle has to come down, and we have to put this on it. I'm going to pause and do that. Okay, I had to pause because I needed two hands to start the get all this lined up and start the nut. So we just screw this in, and we want to hopefully keep it from doing strange and weird things. And what this little gizmo does that Lee came out on with, that I'm putting on now with the Mark V press that was not like on the Junior press, is it keeps you from flipping your shot jar back and pouring shot all over the place. It keeps you from doing certain things